Sex. Should you use it to help sell your brand? Hello everyone and welcome to D1T Presents Unpopular Opinions. I'm your host, Dad's First Time, and today's topic is gonna be a doozy. We're talking about sex and Twitch. But like always, before we begin, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit that little bell notification to be alerted of all of our uploads. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dad's First Time every Monday, Friday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can also catch me on all forms of social media at Dad's First Time to stay updated with all of my live content. And if you like to keep the conversation going, we have got an active Discord, an ever-growing Discord of like-minded gamers, streamers, and content creators all joined together to just talk shop. And if the text on screen was too fast for you, you can catch all of my links down below. And with that being said, let's talk about today's hot topic and unpopular opinion: sex and Twitch. Should you use it to help boost your brand? Now, normally we would make a video exclusive for YouTube based on the live conversation that we had, but there was just so many good nuggets of information from our live show that instead of me recreating it here, I'm gonna show you it live. We touched upon many topics like social stigmas and stereotypes, if morality comes into play when deciding what you should and shouldn't do on Twitch, streamer comfort levels, and so much more. We also had quite a few laughs because, as always, our discussions are full of humor, information, and hot takes. So let's get to those highlights. I think that attractive people in general have more of an advantage for growth, whether they have boobs or brawn. I think that if they're considered hot or sexy, they'll get more followers. I think that it shouldn't be what growth is based on, but that's just to draw off a lot of people. Ooh, it's Haley B. Oh, already dropping the fire. I love it. It's Haley B. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get into that one too. Unfortunately, we live in a society where sex sells, mostly for the male population. I like some mystery. I wouldn't want to see that all the time. You caught me on a bad day. Oh my goodness. When we say sexy, I'm thinking we're talking about people who use their sex appeal to get views. That is correct. So like the two that are right there, shirt off, handsome gentleman, pandering to the audience, or female who clearly is in what I'm going to assume undergarments, playing the game, and she's obviously doing the little tongue thing to show like, she's all sexy. What's going on, Kevin Inspire? How are you? We are talking about sex appeal and Twitch streamers. Do you feel like it's approved for growing on Twitch? Do you feel like it's something that should be allowed to grow on Twitch? I'm conflicted because I still feel like if you got the butter, then go ahead and spread it to get them views. All right, when you say spread the butter, you talk about like spread the butter, or you talking about like spread the butter? So let's continue. Let's keep the conversation going, right? Why are we so offended by sex appeal? Some people are like Kevin Inspire. It's like, do you? Golden Nubian, kind of the same things. Like, look, man, you got your, if you got the butter, spread it on the bread. Put it on the crackers. Put it on your pasta. If you got the butter, use it, right? Why are we so offended? I'm exposed. Why are we so offended by sex appeal as Twitch streamers or as content creators in general? Clip your toenails first. So for me, I'm very confident in my body, so I don't like when someone picks on others for what they're wearing. I look good, I feel good, and I want to do more. I want to do more daring one day. Oh, if you want to do more daring one day, then that's your choice. Okay. Jules Zooms, how you doing? Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Life lesson, spread that butter. You gotta spread the butter. As long as you're not, look, I don't know if Golden Nubian, when he said spread the butter, if he meant like spread the cheeks. I don't know. I'm assuming he just meant like, if you got the butter, spread it. Just, you got that, if you got that toast, put the butter on it. So my strategy is bringing in those dollar bills, baby. I also feel like most people in this room don't really go looking for sexy streamers or whatever you want to call it. There are some streamers that stream on here and get edgy, then they stream on adult sites to gain more of a following and a monetary gain. Yeah, you know what? Here's a fun fact. One of our first ever D1T challengers has an OnlyFans. One of our first, probably I want to say our fourth or fifth D1T challenger, she has an OnlyFans. Far be it from me to judge her decision to go that route, but maybe she was getting a lot of that attention. She was comfortable in her own skin, and she said, you know what? Since they want it, I'm gonna create a market for it. And if I'm gonna have a market for it, then I'm gonna make sure that I profit off of it. So, Spread the butter means if you have something that works for you, then do it to the fullest. I'm gonna go to my local bagel shop and tell him that. You better spread the butter. And he's like, spread the butter. Like, no, sir, no. I want you to make those bagels to the best of your ability. I want to see you just kneading that dough. I don't mean actually spread the butter. Can't believe you never heard that before. I think it's more of a down south saying, not so much up north. Personal choice and beliefs. Oshi Fancy, how you doing? Oshi Fancy, I've had sushi on my body. Uh-oh. That's real fancy right there. What kind of sushi? That's what's gonna happen. Thing is, it can get really dangerous or at least emotionally stressing for female streamers. But if you know what you're getting yourself into, is it really stressful, or are you just not, or you're not ready for the type of growth or the boom of growth or the lack of growth? Because stress can go both ways. What if you think you're sexy and then nobody's coming in? Can you imagine what that must feel like? You know, that might do more harm than good, having more people tell you, put your clothes on, stop trying to look sexy. Why are you appealing to the camera this way? Why don't you just show us what, you know, if you have any like real, I don't know, some real clout or a real personality or a real substance. Imagine what that can do to somebody's ego. Imagine what that can do to their self-confidence when they thought they're showing their best asset and people are telling them, put that asset away, ain't nothing there. You know, I crave butter. You know, I crave buttery goodness. That's an inside joke right there. Only psych fans know this. So me, Super Black, and Paco, all kinds. It was during my undergrad days. My favorite sushi is spider rolls. I don't know why I decided to say that, but spider rolls. I guess I felt like I wanted to be part of the conversation. Melt the butter and pour it. Wouldn't that be super hot though? Yes, it'll be very important not to share no info because people are crazy. That's correct. Crazy about the stories. I would say whatever decision one makes. Always good with the pros and cons for that market. I would agree. Oshi Fancy says, I enjoy watching cute streamers. So that's another topic I also want to touch upon when it comes to boobs and brawn. And what's going on, Ramius? Boobs and brawn and sex appeal. When somebody comes into your stream and makes you feel attractive, what does that do to your self-confidence? And this is for both male and females. When somebody comes into your stream and calls you beautiful, or says that you're handsome, or says, you know, oh my goodness, you were so well put together, or I love the way you look. What does that do to your self-confidence? What does that do to your stream? How do you feel? How do you guide the rest of the stream after that? Are you taken aback? Are you like, I'm just oozing machismo, or I'm just oozing the appeal now, and then all of a sudden you just get going? Who said something about making pee-pee jokes? I'm making pee-pee jokes in here. I'd be lying if I said I never followed someone because they're attractive. Let's get real. Oh, see, Golden Nubian, thank you so much. Now I know why you followed me. I think that was your inside joke to me, right? That's why you followed, right? It wasn't for all the production values. You were just like, that dad's first time's got something. LOL, semicolon, close parentheses. We're just kidding. I think as a society, we're raised that way to fear sex appeal, to be like, put it away. It needs to be sacred to you and your future partner. But in reality, who cares? I'm slowly reteaching myself not to judge others and how they dress and how they live. I think another factor for me, for example, is I have very low self-confidence. So if I see a girl who's clearly way more attractive, I get a little jealous because of the confidence that I don't have. So focus on things that you are confident in. And my advice to you is that's what would make you quote unquote sexy to people. It's not so much about how you look. See, that's why I put boobs versus brawn. For instance, dad's first time has got muscles, and I 99.9% of the time do not flaunt my muscles whatsoever. I could absolutely stream in a tank top. I could absolutely stream. Well, I probably wouldn't be comfortable streaming with my shirt off, especially since it's the winter time in New York City. But I could absolutely make that choice if I decided to, but I don't. I feel like more of my appeal is in the production values, in the creative process, in the open dialogue, in the interactivity. I think that is more sex appeal to me than the others. I'm more into watching male, says Oshi Fancy. I'm all for it. I'm not the only one in chat. Oh, Golden Nubian. Oh, of course. I'm sure everybody here has followed somebody because they said they're attractive or something about the what they watched. They're like, this is appealing to my brain. Like it's doing something to my brain right now. Something as a society we let take over. Sex appeal has been in society since the dawn of man, so it's not something we let take over. It's something that's always happened. What do you think is the reason why sexy streamers decide to make that choice to jump into, just straight jump into sex appeal, straight jump into whatever they're wearing, jump into cutesy voices, jump into dark lights, this kind of music, I guess, that's playing. Why do you think? Views, money, subs, sex sells. I'm gonna get a Shrek outfit to save Emerald. It pays the bills. Okay, so we got a lot of money answers here. Interesting. You guys want me to drop a little knowledge on you? You want me to drop just a little knowledge on you, right? Ready? So the number 2 answer is for money, subs, and donations. The number 1 answer is views because it boosts their ego. Most people who use, or most sexy streamers that use sex appeal, it's because they feel like they're lacking in a different department. So in order to boost their ego, to show that they do have value, they decide to use their best assets to try to sell themselves. Just like the majority of Twitch streamers, 98% of them fail. 98% of sexy streamers absolutely 100% flop, fail, and it does more harm to the sexy streamer than it does to the average everyday gamer streamer who's just there playing games, and if people jump in the chat, they're happy. If not, they're still gonna play the game. They're still gonna, still gonna do whatever. So how do you guys feel about that statistic? How do you feel about the statistic that 98% of sexy streamers flop and fail and end up having more anxiety, more depression than the 99.8% of gamer streamers that flop and fail? How crazy is that? How crazy is that? There are statistics to prove just about any argument either way, though. It's definitely something to think about. The sexy market is probably pretty saturated, but not on Twitch. We're talking like solely on Twitch. We're not talking OnlyFans, because Twitch is not a platform designed necessarily for sexy streamers. And a lot of the answers that you guys gave, dang D1T, I'm gonna fail. You're not gonna, Golden Newbie, you're on your way to partner. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But think about the sexy streamer. Think about the category of game that they're playing. They are so far down the list because most of them are trying to play a popular game, and they're assuming if I show sex appeal, I'll get the views and I'll bump up. But they don't realize they're not discoverable whatsoever. You have to stumble upon them and then hope that people are like sending their friends your link. And if it doesn't happen, they might just feel like there's nothing to it. They might feel like they watch you and they're like, all right, well, I got the boobs, I got the muscles, I got the abs. I'm done. Clip it, save it, I'm done. That is a crazy stat, right? If you stream to show off, you don't get the following that you think you should. It would make you feel that way. Yeah, absolutely. That's just what it is. In my head, Twitch is a gaming platform and a platform to meet new friends and share the love for gaming. So, wrestling and Magic Madsen, would you believe that Twitch has now morphed itself into just a live streaming platform because of the amount of categories? Twitch has more categories for live streaming than YouTube has. And YouTube is a platform, YouTube is not even, it's the second place platform for live streaming, but it's so far behind Twitch in terms of viewership for live streaming. It's not even funny. They're still trying to make a really strong play. But it's like millions of views that Twitch is ahead of YouTube in terms of live streaming. So Twitch was smart enough to say, we can't stick to just a gaming platform. So music is one, fitness is another one, cooking, baking, art, special events, tournaments, reading, what is the other one? The tabletop gameplay is another one. They've got so many categories now, it's crazy. Loving the knowledge and the perspective being explained. I'm glad you do. That's why we're here. We're here to have open discussion and drops. Like I said, this is going to be an intelligent conversation, but I want you guys to be honest, because you know what? There's going to be a lot of hot takes in here. Even though you're only talking about Twitch, there are still tons of other ways that people can see that. That's correct. I have a lot of guy friends in one Discord, and they always share the sexy streamer in the group. I watched the girl in bed. I was confused, but it pays the bills. I'm all for it. If I could make money while sleeping, I've always said this. The moment I know that I'm rich is when I'm making money while I'm sleeping. So she's onto something. I hope she's all covered up with like 4 layers of blankets. And the only thing you see is like from her nose. Twitch has expanded to more than games. I mean, there's music. Yep, that's right. But YouTube got the money, so sadly, buy Twitch out if they want to. No, are you kidding me? Twitch is owned by Amazon. YouTube has got to compete with Amazon, which is the #1 business in the world today. So, I mean, Jeff Bezos got the money. Jeff Bezos, if he wanted to, even though I bet you Jeff Bezos knows almost little to nothing about Twitch other than it makes him an income based off of gaming and live streaming. If Jeff Bezos said tomorrow, I want you guys to create an algorithm for discoverability on Twitch, because Twitch already has a built-in format for VODs. You can upload your own edited videos. For gamers especially, it would probably take more than half of YouTube's gamer videos and gamer profiles, because Twitch is where people feel like the real gamers are at. YouTube are like, you know, that's where they just drop their highlights. But to watch it live and have an element of discoverability, and if you search for a really smart title, everybody's gonna be typing in like how to get 20 kills in 30 minutes, and all of a sudden you search for all the live streams that have that as their title. Forget it. YouTube would die in that category. All right, if I may interject right here at this point in time, this is actually going to be another video we're gonna release based on statistical data that I think really proves this point, but more on that later. That is definitely going to be a real hot take video. So let's get back to the action. What a damn steal from Amazon. Yeah, they knew right away that streaming was a strong platform, and unfortunately, their TV platform is not strong enough to compete, but their live streaming platform is. The live streaming platform is what keeps them kind of in the streaming mindset, in the streaming conversation. Do you think Twitch can kill off YouTube? No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit, because YouTube houses content that's 24/7. So it's content that's binge-worthy content. Twitch they haven't tapped that market yet. I'm reading what you guys are saying. Or should I say, do sexy streamers hurt the image of all female streamers? And do sexy streamers hurt or help the image of all male streamers? So let me rephrase that. Do sexy streamers hurt or help the image of all female streamers, or do sexy streamers hurt and help the image of all male streamers? What do you guys think? I think it's the same answer for streamers, cosplayers, gamers all together. Overall, do what makes you happy and get money. Haven't been here long enough. Well, this is an opinionated question. So what do you think? In your opinion, do you think it hurts? So sexy streamers, female streamers, mother of Odin, do you feel like it hurts your image because of the expectation that a sexy streamer has made? Even though you're surprised, if you look at just some of the photos like of the female streamers, do you feel like this is what every streamer looks like that's a female? Do you feel like this is what every female looks like that's a female? I mean, every streamer or every gamer that's a female. Do you feel like this is what every gamer that looks like is a female? Her, you know? Do you feel like this is what every female gamer looks like, or streamer? All right, and if you notice, I was saying this earlier when I was looking for those pictures, there is a common theme too in terms of nationality and race. Now we typed in female gamer, so that's good. It's good. What if we typed in female streamer? What will we get? Female streamer. So already one of the images, right? Wait, another one of the images for female streamer. Now, I'm not saying these are supposed to be, not saying that this is like them trying to be sexy. This one clearly is, right? That one also, you can kind of tell. So now you typed in female streamer and now you see what you're seeing. You see what you're seeing, right? So female gamer has one thing. I don't want to click on that one, but like, take a look. Now, do you guys feel like this is what every female streamer looks like? This is what the female streamers that you follow, is that what they look like? Some women streamers do see the sex appeal can mess with their head. Like, do I need to do this? That is correct, Paris. I'm not trying to be like this, so I need to get better at gameplay or knowledge. And you know what? That's interesting that you brought that up. Female streamers are so focused on getting good at games or getting good at knowledge, and they don't realize that just chatting is the most powerful tool for every female streamer. It is the most powerful tool, especially if you have a predominantly male audience, because most of the time, if you have a guy that says anything out of line and you ban him, every other guy in that chat gets in line because they want you to like them. So just chatting will work for you more so than playing games. You can drop in like 45 minutes of gameplay, but keep the rest of the stream just chatting. So if you were trying to be a female streamer, you're going through all these photos to see what a streamer should look like as a female. And it's funny how the top ones look a certain way, and as you go a little further down, they look more like gamers. You wouldn't expect a male streamer to be sexy or half clothed. Now, why is that? Why do you expect male streamers to be not sexy? Okay, Twitch is a mostly straight male site, so I don't know how much traction you get if that's your brand, but anything is possible. So are we saying that if any iconic sexy male influencer or actor or musician, right? If any of them decided to get on Twitch, do you think that the audience that they have that like them, A, because of their talent, but B, because they think they're just drop dead gorgeous, do you think that audience is gonna migrate to Twitch? I will tell you my answer real easy. Yes, because that is a way for that audience to now interact with somebody that they idolize in person and live. There's a chance that that celebrity personality is going to see you and answer your question, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, he noticed me. Oh my God, she noticed me. It's gonna be one of those things. I can guarantee you if the platform was discoverable, then the top male streamers probably would be more towards the attractive side and more towards the esports side. There'll be two caveats. There'll be the pretty crowd and there'll be the amazing gamer, you can't touch this crowd. Reason being is that the pretty crowd is going to bring in a certain type of viewers, and Twitch is going to want to advertise that more to bring in more of those viewers. So if Twitch realizes they're very heavily male and they want to bring in a more female audience, they'll do what they can to advertise that male that's going to bring in the female viewers easily. Why do men, or why do male streamers use female sex appeal as an excuse as to why they can't grow? Why do you think? One streamer I watched around when I did, she had no cam. She has more than double the amount of followers than I have. Okay, Golden Newman said it's hating. This hating ass people. Lack of creativity on their part. Literally just hating because they don't want to confront the reality that their content might be bad. Okay, good answers, good answers, good answers. I like it. What else do you guys think? These are the same men that have crappy lighting, cam, don't interact because they have that small Jonathan syndrome. I gave you the ugly elf. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. You'll always have haters even if you do nothing wrong. Some will always feel less. Instead of taking accountability and why their stream isn't taken off, they'd rather pass the blame to women. To be honest, I think successful girls make men angry. I mean, there's 1,000 more popular male streamers and probably 5 girls that are super popular, and those 5 girls annoy men. Okay, all good answers. It's because it's such an easy excuse to avoid looking at yourself. Okay, I will tell you why that excuse is made. I'll tell you A, why that excuse is made, and B, what the real definition behind what that excuse is. And to a huge degree, girl, you're gorgeous, but I know it's nerve-wracking to get on cam. Yeah, look, every time I'm about to go on camera, I got to take a deep breath before the stream starts. It's nerve-wracking for, I think, a lot of people. I think that's something we all share too. Successful women is scary to some men. So we got a lot of good answers, and a lot of them are right in a way, and a lot of them are also not fully unpacked. So the reason why males make that excuse as to why females can draw in a larger crowd, it's mainly because they are saying, I am drawn to this content because of this. And I hate the fact that I can't emulate this, or I'm not attractive enough for people to want to do this for me. That is mainly the reason why men are like, oh God, women get ahead. It's because they're the ones that are enforcing that rule, because they're the ones that are clicking on it. They're clicking on it and hating the fact that they're clicking on it. And they're also hating on the fact that they don't feel that they have that as a quote unquote asset to sell, that they can't just turn on a cam, supposedly, they can't just turn on a cam, look pretty, and have people come in. What they're not accepting is the reality of it, where the reality of it is the real reason why males can't use that to their advantage is because they don't know how to. Full disclosure, every female in the chat right now, each and every one of you know how to use sex appeal. How to use your sex appeal to draw the attention of a male. There is not a single man in that chat right now, myself included, that knows how to use his sex appeal to grab a female's attention. And if he did know how to use his sex appeal to grab a female's attention, then he's already like, well, most of my views are female, so I got it, I'm good. He's not the one that's saying that. It's the guys that don't understand or don't know how to or feel like they don't have any appeal whatsoever to the opposite sex. So in a way, a lot of what you guys are saying is correct, but it's to unpack that for males, that's that huge underlying reason. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the highlights of our live show, Unpopular Opinions. And if you'd like to be a part of the discussion, make sure you check out the show. Give us a follow on Twitch. We do the show live twice a month. So if you like what you saw, make sure once again you hit that like and subscribe button and that little bell notification right over there. Give us a follow on Twitch at twitch.tv/dadsfirsttime every Monday, Friday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give me a follow on all forms of social media, Instagram and Twitter especially. It's kind of how I keep up to date with all of you. And thanks for tuning in once again. This is Unpopular Opinions. I'm your host, Dad's First Time, and I will catch you on the next episode of Unpopular Opinions. You can also catch me on all forms of social media at Dad's First Time as well to catch me on. You can also follow me, and it's a great way to stay updated with. You can also catch me on all forms of social media at Dad's First Time to stay updated with things that I used to say. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart.